But first, we've got some news. There is a lot of stuff going on in the metal community right now, and so we gotta talk about a few things. First up is, of course, there's this band. Maybe you've heard of them, Metallica, and they just started their world tour, the Whirlwind World Tour, and kicked
Is that
it off.
what it's called? The Whirlwind World Tour?
Oh no, I just said that it's a whirlwind. But so they started, I think it was last night or the night before. There was their kickoff show in Amsterdam. And and they had an opening on their the opening lineup. And who did they ask to play? Floor Jansen.
Of all
Floor
people.
Jansen.
It's a great choice. I mean, I don't know how Papa had heard of Floor in the first place, but I saw pictures of them like talking backstage. So this has been in the works for a while.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Floor deserves it. Such an incredible singer.
I read an article. He was at a concert of Nightwish one time, and he'd like never heard Nightwish before, and he was just like, "Holy crap, that's really good!" And that singer's amazing. Yeah, and so he asked.
So is she going on tour with Metallica, or just did the Amsterdam show?
I think it was just opening at the Amsterdam show, and of course she has her solo project out right now called Paragon, and so she's been touring for that along with Nightwish. And so anyway, I got a clip
I would
here.
Drop that and go tour with Metallica. Just my own for. Well, hire me as your manager for more good advice.
I think Metallica's planning on picking up a bunch of different people. They're doing this interesting thing.
Right.
Yeah. But let's check out a clip here of Floor. This is her off of her solo album called Face Your Demons at the show the other night.
I'm floored after that performance.
Nice.
Sorry, Luke. Sorry about that.
So Floor said, so there was 70, it's a capacity of 71,000 people. She said it was the biggest crowd she's played to. I think that's what she said.
Crazy.
And it's interesting later in some of the other clips, like, you can tell everybody's there for Metallica. Floor's like pregnant.
I was going to say, it looks like she's got a bun in the oven there. This is this number 2?
Number 2 or 3.
Okay.
And so, but like a lot that like it shows the crowd and they're all just like, they're on their phones and everything. And it's kind of ridiculous, but hopefully this opened up some doors and
that's the thing,
takes it to the next level.
It's too bad she's not going on tour with them because the world would know her name at that point. I mean, it'd be a great move for her.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, 71,000. She probably wasn't in front of the full 71 grand, but yeah, that's some great exposure.
Great exposure. But so what Metallica's doing, I read this article with Lars, and they're doing what they're calling no repeat weekends. And so the idea is that they play 2 different set lists, like one on a Friday and one on a Saturday or a Sunday. And they're completely different. They don't repeat any of the songs from one set list to the other set list. And Lars
this is like what Dream Theater used to do, right? I don't know if they still do that. I don't know how many bands do this in general, but I mean, it's a great idea.
A lot of bands outside of pop do this, right? This is not a new. Lars was talking about how like this is like such a revolutionary idea. Some guy, he learned it from some guy a couple years ago. And it's like,
Stop it, Lars, you're killing us.
Nice try on being original, but anyway, I love this. It was Dream Theater used to do this, and it was great because you could go see them several times and you'd get a different flavor every single time. It kind of sucks in some ways, because it's like, if I want, I can't wait for them to play Count of Tuscany, and then they don't at the show you're at. they play it the next night, you're like, oh crap, but
Yeah.
but it's great. It's a great strategy just to keep things fresh. And then everybody feels like, they got a unique experience,
Luke, are you getting static on your end? I'm getting like a little static coming through. Is that just me?
Well, it might be me, but you don't have any static coming through on my end.
Okay. I don't know if that's coming through at all, but yeah, we'll just keep powering through, do the best we can here. I don't know if that's on my end or not, but I can try unplugging my mic.
Anybody watching, let us know if you can understand what's happening. I've seen a couple people come in and leave, and they might be leaving because of static. So
I don't know, but you're not hearing anything.
I'm not hearing anything. You're coming through crystal clear, Shred.
Okay, good. It might just be me then.
Yeah, maybe. If nothing else, it'll record the show and it'll be posted afterwards, and people can watch it.
Yeah. So anyway, what were you saying?
Well, no, it's just like this idea of having a unique experience at a show. I've gone to shows before, like 2 shows in the same tour, and it's the exact same set list. They say the exact same things in between songs. And then it's like, why go a second time?
Right. No, yeah. I like it. I'm totally in support of this. I don't know if Megadeth is cool enough to do the same thing. I know they just went out on tour as well. They just started their tour. Dave, can you pull off the 2 set list strategy? I don't know.
Yeah, they've got the catalog for it. It's just a matter of, it can be intimidating to go and learn, 50 songs instead of 25, Yeah,
you need enough songs to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, like everybody's touring right now. We were just discussing this before the show. Dream Theater is playing the Budokan in Tokyo. Avenged Sevenfold, I think you mentioned, is about to go out. So it is the season. 'Tis the season for metal shows.
Yes.
I mean, we went to a metal show recently. Is that in the show at all? Talking about our experience of metal shows?
I guess just
shows in general.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but shows like the concert going experience kind of sucks these days. Like just from the data mining gouging you get, all the taxes and fees, you got to sign up for these special apps. And it's just like, taking all your privacy. You get in the venue and then people are like spilling beer on you. And I'm not personally a mosher. I don't think Luke is either. I just want to watch the show and take it in, and then people are like beating you up, and you're like, I didn't sign up for this. Can I just go backstage and watch from the side?
No,
brutal.
It's true. By like the second elbow in my back, I was like, okay, I'm ready for this show to be over. It's tough, but yeah. So, well, speaking of beer, so Iron Maiden has, they've released quite a few beers throughout the last 10 years or so. And
Look, I'm gonna leave the show and come back because the static is just out of control. It doesn't seem to be coming through as I'm listening to it, so it must be on my end. Let me just come back. If you want to
bounce out, I'll finish the news.
Okay, cool.
So Iron Maiden, celebrating their 10-year anniversary of releasing their first beer. Bruce is releasing a new one here. And it is it's an Imperial Stout, high ABV. This thing could kick you in the face like their music. So any beer fans out there, any Iron Maiden beer fans out there, definitely going to want to pick this one up. Now, hopefully we get Shred back on soon, because this next piece of news is really interesting. We've talked a lot about this. Here's Shred. Okay, Shred, are you back?
Sounds better now.
Okay,
good,
cool.
Good news.
So we were just talking about Bruce Dickinson's new beer.
No way. What?
Imperial Stout.
How did I miss this?
I think it's a 10%er because it's celebrating 10 years of Iron Maiden. It's an Iron Maiden 10-year anniversary beer anniversary. So
Dude, we got to try
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look for it next time I hit up Bevmo.
He also could have done 6.66% in honor of Number of the Beast. But
that's true.
I mean, 10% is a hefty beverage.
Yeah, well, there was an X on it, so I'm assuming that meant 10%, but I could be wrong. So
that'd be a heavy beer.
The other big piece of news is Corey Taylor of Slipknot just announced that he's starting his own record label. Now, we've talked a lot about, how record labels are dead and all this kind of stuff.
That kind of sounds like something you would do in 1992 or 1995.
Yeah.
Okay, Corey.
Well, bro? So I mean, here's the thing. It's actually interesting reading this article. I can't remember who interviewed him, but he's talking about how he says, I'm really excited. This is the first major step in something that I've been building towards for a long time, probably since the 90s, not only for my solo career, but trying to help do my part to bolster the next generation of hard and heavy new music. It's just one more notch in the bat where I can break through some walls for people. So what he sees a record label doing is getting rid of some of the barriers to entry, right? Now, I'm not sure what barriers to entry exist now that we have the internet, with the exception of if you have a big name pushing you, they have a much bigger platform, right? So it's more like a record label is like an ad agency, maybe.
Right. I mean, like Nuclear Blast, and I see other labels that are similar, getting a lot of traction. When they put out a band's video, if the video is well done, then that can rack up millions of views. There isn't really barriers of entry anymore, like you hinted at. I mean, what it comes down to is, are you able to generate internal momentum for your project? And you're going to have to conceptualize of more than just, playing your instrument, right? You have to think about things like, how do you grow the business, getting your Instagram page going, talking to club promoters to get gigs, designing a line of merch. That kind of stuff falls outside of the domain of what most musicians are comfortable with. So it's a new era. Record labels can, I don't even know if they really do that kind of stuff anymore. I think they look for, bands that have energy going already. You're at critical mass and you're producing some kind of explosion, in the scene. And then they're like, okay, maybe we can help facilitate even further growth for you. But I don't know. I mean, you can take things really far on your own, and let's be clear, you don't actually need a label support at all these days to make it. But it depends on just how much go juice you have and how much you're able to kind of expand your perspective and look at more than just, your own little part, and think about the business as a whole. A band is a business. So if you can conceive of it on that level, then you don't need a label.
Well, so Stagecoach, the country music festival, is going on right here across the street from me. And last night
you just been in like 3 weeks in a row, Luke. You're just getting pummeled with these festivals.
Two weekends of Coachella, weekend of Stagecoach, and then in October will be Power Trip. But anyway, so the headliner last night was a guy named Kane Brown. I don't really know him, but he was saying that you can hear him from you sit outside, you can just hear everything they say. And he was saying that he, like 5 or 6 years ago, he was totally unknown and he was doing country music covers on Facebook, not on YouTube, on Facebook. Okay. And he said that he started getting so many views that then he started releasing his original material. Now he's like a headliner at one of the biggest country music festivals in the country. So, I mean, you don't need a record label. They might help. I don't know.
The hardest thing for people is just to produce content. So this guy you said was doing live streams on Facebook. He was producing something. If you're not able to, make something happen, like you have to be able to produce some kind of content, and that really is a barrier of entry of some sort. Like if you're not able to do that, then yeah, having a career in the music industry is going to be a struggle. In fact, having any kind of career will be a struggle. Go work at McDonald's.
Right. A record label is not going to write your music, record your music, publish your music. It's not going to do it all for you, for sure.
Yeah. And that's really what people, I think, are looking for oftentimes. It's just for someone else to do their work for them. You do it for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So anyway, Corey, best of luck to Corey Taylor, and hopefully he can find some new metal talent and get it out there into the mainstream, because the more metal, mo better. That's our motto around here.